MobiCast. The show begins now. Hello, this is Antonio Edward with MobiCast. I just want to say I want to thank you for listening to the show. And I sent out a bunch of Twitters and Facebooks saying, please join my Facebook. Because in order to get your own username, where it's like a very simple facebook.com/ and it's a very simple word, you need to have at least 25 people as a friend or for your page and stuff like that. And I needed just 3 or 4 more people at the time. And I was like, okay, join my page. And then for the longest time, it was sitting at 24 people. And I was like, 24 people. Just one person, please join it. I know I just started this podcast, and it's coming up. It's gotten over 300 downloads on a few of the shows. And I just want to say thank you very much. One of the shows, one of my favorites is, why is your site not mobile? Okay, there you go. That's all that's got to be said about that. But besides that, a lot of things have come up in the world and in the mobile technology, and I'm just very happy to see it progress because I remember, and I know I said this 1,000 times, but keep in mind there may be some first-time listeners, okay? Basically, in 1995, oh, here we go again, I know. In 1995, the internet was introduced to the public, and I remember at the time people were saying, oh, the internet, that's going to fall by the wayside. No one's going to really care about that. You know, it's been no big deal whatsoever, okay? Look at it today, okay? We have Facebook. Every business is joining up with Facebook. At the time, about 3 or 4 years ago, it was all about MySpace. Twitter has come up in the world. Everybody's got a Twitter page. Every single company, well, not every single, but let's say there's a lot of companies that are using Facebook and Twitter for marketing, and it's free. Okay? It is free. Ain't that something? So how are these people making money? How are they making money? I don't know. On Twitter, you go to Twitter, and there is not one ad displayed on Twitter. And I wonder, how is Twitter making money? Who knows? Okay. As far as I know, they are actually making money off of other things that they do with Twitter, and they have a lot of promotions and marketing techniques. You can contact Twitter themselves, set it up, pay for it, and you can get a lot of hits to your Twitter page. But today I want to talk about SMS and MMS. SMS is a great marketing tool for businesses who want to use that to market new ideas, new products. A good way to use SMS and not be considered spam, okay? Because a lot of people don't like spam. I hate spam. My email comes to Google. I have Google Apps. I have my own domain, of course. I have several email addresses, but they all come to one email address, which is on Google Apps. And but because I have a lot of my emails I had since 1995, so my email address is all over the place. There's no way to keep that email address private unless I start a completely brand spanking new email. So I get all this spam. I get like, I have to say, 500 to 1,000 spam messages a day from several different people. A few of the spams are legit companies that are just advertising products like Safeway and stuff like that. It's good to look at those every once in a while to see what specials they have on some steak or dozen eggs or something. But the other spams are from those weird places like, oh yeah, I am the king of Nigeria, and I got $500,000. I'm going to send you a check, and I'm going to send it to you. You're going to cash the check, and then I'd like you to write me a check for 450,000, and then that, of course, bounces because the check that was sent to you also bounced, and you're stuck with a $500,000 plus a crap load of overdraft charges. It's a scam. Don't believe it. Okay. But I mean, this SMS marketing, I think is a great idea. If you go to a club or a restaurant a lot, and let's say you go to a coffee shop, okay, that's my favorite place to hang out is a coffee shop. So I'm going to concentrate on that more so because I'm not really much of a club person. Okay, I don't go to clubs. I don't like clubs. I know some people are really into clubs. They want to get their groove on. They want to shake that ass or whatever. But my thing is coffee shops. And a lot of coffee shops, they have bands that come in. They have special offers. And so I can imagine a local coffee shop, a place that I like to attend, okay? But I haven't been to in about a couple of weeks because, job or work or something like that. And this coffee shop can send out messages to my phone saying, hey, tonight we got a poet, and her name is Regine Harris. Okay? I don't know. Regine Harris. I mean, it's the name that I came up with, okay? Regine Harris, and she's going to recite all of her poems. And after that, it's going to be open mic night. I may look at my message and be like, wow, that sounds very interesting. There's a web link. Let me click on it. Click. And it takes me to a mobile website where I can actually look at that message, view the message, read it, and get more details. SMS, I believe, is going to be the next big thing. It's probably going to make more sense. And it's quick, it's easy, it's not this very long email. I subscribe to an email from HP. I have a laptop from HP, and naturally, I registered my product. I forgot to uncheck the receive free emails about updates and all that. And I know I can always unsubscribe to it, but I'm just too lazy, okay? But it's a very long email, and I get the latest information about the latest HP products and information. And also I get information about upgrades and a whole bunch of other stuff like that. Okay, great. But the emails are so long that I just kind of skim through it real quick. I'm like, okay, never mind, delete, But an SMS is on my phone, and it's on the go, and I'm walking about. I look at my phone when I get a text message. I'm like, oh, what's this? Ooh, Hobnobs. They're having a band tonight, and they play really good contemporary rock. I want to go to that. Let me click this link to get more information. Click. Wow. And then it takes me to a mobile website, and I can see this mobile website and say, pictures and maybe a couple of MP3 previews, that I can look at. Maybe even a free download, of a song that I might like. I think a lot of bands should do that too. If you are a big fan of a local band in your area, then that band should have some type of SMS situation or MMS. And every once in a while they can send on a text message saying, hey, we just got a new song. We want to know what you guys think about it. Click here to download. Our new album's coming out in a couple months. Don't worry, but here's a free download to keep your interest. Click. I click on the link. Download the song. I'm like rocking to the song. Yeah. Oh yeah, I can wait till that album comes out because that song is on a hit. And then when the album comes out, new message. Hey, our new album came out. We got one more song for you to download. We're going to allow you to download this song for free. But check out our album. We got a few previews. Click on this link for more information. Now, other ways of doing SMS is you can giveaways and stuff like that. Giveaways is a great idea because let's say you're a coffee shop. Let's go back to that. And you can say, hey, we just sent you this text message. Keep it on your phone. The next time you visit Hobnobs, we'll give you a free coffee just for being our wonderful customer. We'll give you a free coffee. I might be like, that's interesting. Or 2 for 1. Or 3 for 1. Whatever. It's a great idea because it brings people back to your location. People will subscribe to your SMS into their database. And whenever Hobnobs want to, they will send out that message to your phone. The people will get it on their phone and get good information. If you're a church and you got special events going on all the time, that's a good idea for you too, because you can actually give out or send out this information to your church, to the people in your church, and they can receive that message and see the information pop up on their screen very easily. So that's a good idea for churches too. A lot of local fire departments and police departments are also dealing with SMS, and they will actually send out a newsletter to and post it on their, the cities and all the houses, on all the doors in the city, saying SMS, get the latest information about police activity. So, and it's all specific to your neighborhood. You can set up a database that will keep track of who lives in which community in your city, so that you don't get the whole city. For instance, City of Phoenix is pretty big. It's a huge community, of city actually, that has maybe 100 communities, okay? I would say more than that. I'll say 500 communities. So you don't need to send a text message to every single person, because what affects me here in Laveen, Arizona, which is actually Phoenix, Arizona, on the southwest side, whatever happens here may not necessarily affect anybody who lives in Ahwatukee, which is still Phoenix. Ahwatukee is just a community name, but it's still Phoenix, okay? If you live on the north side of Tempe, and you're getting news that's happening in the south side, believe it or not, the south side of Tempe and the north side of Tempe are 2 completely different cities. Not really. It's still one city, one mayor, one city hall, but it is really 2 separate cities, okay? And so you can actually have a database that's smart, that's able to determine what the address is and the phone number, and make it specific to that person in that neighborhood, even down to the housing area. So you can say, the police can send a message saying, there was a break-in at 5 p.m., nobody was hurt, a couple of things stolen, we caught the guy, and he's, alleged burglary and stuff like this. I mean, and that's good stuff, because that information is good information that I would love to know about instantly. And okay, I'm going to say this again, instantly, okay? Now, there are ways to subscribe to crime alerts and stuff like that online that goes to your email, but the email's on the computer. Your phone is also an email receiver. I understand that. I have 10 email accounts on my phone. A bunch of Yahoos, Hotmail, you name it. I got Hotmail, Live, Yahoo, Ymail, AOL, and I got my regular email in my IMAP. It's actually a separate email. I got that email coming to my phone using IMAP and Microsoft Exchange. So, yes, I do have all this email coming to my phone, but a lot of times, if I am kind of in a hurry, I don't have time to sit through every single email to look at one crime alert. But if I get a text message, not knowing who it came from, and it came from the police crime watch department, I may want to pay attention to that and zero in that text message and say, okay, there was a break-in. Is it me? No, it isn't. Good. But who was it? Oh, my next door's neighbors. Oh my God, that happened right next door. Stuff like that. LifeLock is a company that I work for, and they have emails that get sent out to certain members that subscribes to a certain package called the Command Center, and they get sex offender alerts, but it still goes to email, but they're considering doing SMS as well. So these are things that could help. you get those alerts right away on your mobile phone. And it's actually a study that says that people will pay attention to those text alerts a lot faster than they will check their emails, because if a person gets a lot of email, they may skip the ones that maybe want to be noticed by the person who's receiving it. And so they get a lot more attention. And people actually will take the time to read a text message over an email. When I get back, I'm going to bring on a friend of mine. He's moved to a whole different location. He's not here in Phoenix anymore, but I still stay in contact with him on Facebook. His name is Bradley McGarr. After this short break, I'm going to bring in Bradley, and he's going to talk about SMS and how he is using it with his local fire department. And after that, we're going to talk about the best practices for SMS as far as my opinions are concerned. And I welcome you guys to comment on this site. If your company is involved with SMS, I would love you to comment on it and say, yes, my company is involved. I am, and this is why, this is how much response we're getting. It is successful, it is not successful. Whatever the case is, I would like you guys to be a part of this conversation, this discussion, on top of this audio file here. So I'll be right back in a few seconds, and thank you for joining MobiCast. Put a little echo on it. MobiCast.
McGarr. I'm a former colleague and friend of Antonio Edward. I currently work as a volunteer IT support administrator for Chelan County Fire District 1 in Wenatchee, Washington, which is in the middle of Washington State. Antonio's blog and podcast does a great job of discussing mobile technologies, and today I would like to sort of elaborate on a theme Antonio's been covering, and that is the fact that mobile devices are nearly glued to their users. They're lightweight, mobile, and bring us everything from our favorite music to the latest sports scores. Increasingly, they're being used to alert the public in cases of emergency. There are so many people who no longer use their radio as their main form of entertainment while on the go, so radio emergency broadcasts are becoming less and less relevant, at least for alerting people that there is something that they should tune in for. Large cities, colleges, universities all have begun using SMS blasts to alert individuals of emergency events, whether it be an Amber Alert, smog alert, closed campus, or an evacuation notice. An SMS alert can notify a subscriber, wherever they are, to tune into the local media for details about an ongoing emergency, or notify them of an inconvenience such as a campus closure. In rural communities, though, this is slow in coming due to the perceived cost. However, advances in scripting allow administrators to create subscription services, allowing individuals to subscribe to alerts they want to receive, and administrators can send out these from their website. With Chelan County Fire District 1, which is a rural fire district, our website runs on the WordPress platform, so we use Easy SMS to create subscription-based text alert systems. We can use this to notify residents of major incidents and road closures, and occasionally public service announcements to make sure that the system is working properly. Our area is prone to wildfire. One recently caused a small evacuation, and another caused a closure of a major highway. With the text alert system, we were able to notify subscribers of the event within moments. As the public becomes aware of the system, more users sign up to receive those alerts, which means we can inform the public of emergency situations wherever they're at. Even if they're vacationing in New York, they know that an emergency is taking place here, and they can make decisions based on accurate and timely information. For locals, it signals them to tune into local radio stations, our website, or the local newspaper website for updates on an unfolding situation. Since we do not have TV news in our area, this is very important. This system is important for public service such as fire and police, but also highway crews, transit systems, colleges, public and private schools, and even businesses for emergency notifications. Businesses can also take advantage of add-ons like Easy SMS to alert people to updates, sales, or new blog posts. It provides an easy way to reach people who don't have or do not want to have a Twitter account, or in the case of public service, leaves the SMS option open for emergency use only. Because WordPress offers add-ons for SMS alerts, rural areas that can afford the mere $200 a year cost for hosting a website can now provide services previously reserved for large cities and colleges. And because businesses can offer similar services, they can take advantages of the methods to contact people remotely. Although I caution the overuse of such service by business, because annoying somewhat too many text messages will drive subscribers away. Mobile devices are with us at all times, and they are the best way to reach out to individuals and the best way to get emergency information to the masses when they need it the most. SMS messages are coming to rural and large cities near you. Stay tuned and keep updated with your local emergency services to find out if they offer this service, and if they don't, suggest it to them. From MobiCast, I'm Brad McGarr. To find out more, you may visit ChelanCountyFire.com to see how an SMS alert system can be added to the WordPress platform.
And I want to thank you very much, Bradley, for bringing that to us to the table, because one thing I never thought about was how would you use SMS in an emergency situation, and that's great information. So I thank you again, because the thing is that it's simple. We have blogs and websites that are mobile, but it's a whole different story when you're trying to alert the masses about some type of emergency. For anybody who lives in hills, and they are every single year challenged by fires, like especially in California. Now, I want you guys to think about this. Why would you live in California if there's fires all the time? That's not always true. The fires happen in the hills. It doesn't happen in the city. The only time the fires happened in the city was because of human beings during the riots. Okay, so I just want to make sure I get that clear. I'm from Pasadena, California, and I also lived in Long Beach and LA and a bunch of other cities there. And I never seen a fire once except for during the riots that happened in the 90s, early 90s. But okay, I know, kind of going off track here. But the fact is that, okay, you do live in the hills, okay, and there's always floods and fires. And so it would be nice if the fire department that was in charge of that area can send out SMS messages talking about, hey, there is a potential landslide. If you do live in this area, please evacuate as soon as possible because of possible danger. Or it could be information like fires, information about even something as simple as some type of event with the fire department. If you're like Bradley McGarr, who does a lot of good work for the city with the fire department and the police department, then I think it's a good idea that a text message is sent out so that people like Bradley and who volunteer can get information about any event that's happening that's related to what they're volunteering for. There are a lot of people who do this too. There are a lot of people who volunteer for the police department, for the fire department, for local city events, who volunteer for a lot of nonprofit organizations. And it would be nice if I subscribe to like a local bank, a blood bank, like Red Cross or something like that. And I can subscribe to a message saying, when would Red Cross be in town to draw blood? And so it could be programmed. See, these SMS programs that actually does this, you can program it where when I, donate my blood, I can sign up for a reminder for next year. I mean, I think it's once a year or twice a year you can do it without hurting yourself pretty much. I don't know the exact statistics on that or, health information, but I would like to receive a text message once a year. Say, hey, Red Cross is coming to town and it's about time, it's time for your donation or something like that. It'd be nice to receive those messages because It'll give me an advance notice. It'll give me like at least a week or two. Then you can program the SMS program again to send another text message 4 days before, and then another like a day before to make sure that I'm reminded that this is happening tomorrow, for instance. Clubs should do this. And when a person opts into it, it's not considered spam. Keep in mind, it's considered spam if it was unwanted and you did not sign or fill out anything or opt into something that said that you wanted to do it. Keep in mind that if you fill out an application or like just a little more information packet and you put your email address on it, you are automatically opting in to something, okay? But it may be information that you really want. I know I get messages from a couple of different software companies that are installed on my computer, and I get information about updates and upgrades. I get information about the latest products, like Mixcraft. I use Mixcraft to mix a show, and I get updates from all the time. And I just found out that Mixcraft came out with an update. So it's a security update to fix bugs and all kinds of different stuff. And it may behoove me to go ahead and download those updates and install it. Stuff like that is really good information, and you opt into it when you sign up for a website service all the time. So that is not spam. People think spam is all emails that you don't want, pretty much. Okay, there's an email from my mother-in-law. I don't want that email. Get it out. It's spam. No, that's not spam, okay? A spam is something that you did not sign up for, like the Nigerian who wants to send me $50,000 to cash and send back to him and keep a bit of it back. It's stupid, I know. But people do opt into that all the time, and it's crazy. You should not, and there you go. Okay. But SMS, I think, is a good venue for a lot of businesses. Now, like Bradley said in his SMS speech there, is that you should not send out 5,000 SMS messages per month. I'm gonna say per month because that's a lot. Okay. Once a week, or even twice a week, or you can do something like this. If it's before a specific event and your event happens once a month, then send a message out 2 weeks before, another one out 3 days before, and then another one a day before. No more than 3 for any particular event. Once a week for if you own a club and you have 3 nights that you're open. Let's say you open Thursday, Friday, Saturday night. So you will send out a message at the beginning of the week saying, hey, this Thursday we're having wet t-shirt night. And then this Friday we got this, and this Saturday we got that. Click here for more information. Okay? If you're giving away something, that is sometimes as like an added SMS message. You can say, hey, this Thursday we're giving away 2 free t-shirts with our club name on it if you're the first 100 people to attend. Well, if I go to that club often, I want that t-shirt, of course, because I want to flaunt that t-shirt, show it off to everybody, say, yep, I go to this club. Yep, that's me. This is me. Hello. I want that t-shirt. Pretty soon here, I might do the same thing. I might say, hey, the first 5 listeners of this show will get a free t-shirt. No, that is not true, because I'm only giving you an example. For those of you who take that literally, please do not send me an email saying, where can I get my free t-shirt? I'm joking, but I mean, it's just good ideas. I mean, there are a lot of blogs that actually do this, and if SMS was less inexpensive to do, I can imagine a lot of bloggers out there who would do SMS once a week for every time that they do have a new post or something that they're doing on their site that's special, like a poll or a contest or something of that fact. So I just think it's SMS is going to be the way of the future, and if it's controlled correctly, if it's controlled the right way, I believe SMS can be handled very well. and I think a lot of people will accept it because I know I read my text messages quicker than I read my emails on my phone, and it's definitely a lot better situation. So I think that's it for this show today. And this Friday, I got something special for you guys. I'll tell you about it later, and when that show comes out. And you can always hit me up. I'm at facebook.com. You don't have to search for me anymore. Just go to facebook.com/mobicast.mobi. That's it. No more of that very long Facebook crazy URL. Just go to facebook.com. Also, go to twitter.com/mobicast.mobi. You can go to mobicast.mobi to go to this website that features the show, of course. I'm also on iTunes, and you can also subscribe to the RSS feeds for the text and graphics or even the podcast. All those links are on the site, and I will welcome you to join it. Add it to your iPhone or any other type of podcast receiver type phones, and automatically download the show to your phone. Each show is under 40 minutes. Don't worry, okay? This show would be about 35 minutes probably if I just go ahead and shut up. But 5 steps to an effective SMS campaign. Keep in mind that the United States alone are spending $561 million for mobile marketing campaigns. So there's something that you want to take to your boss about if you work in the marketing department. SMS does cost money for every single message. Sometimes they offer like a package deal. You can send 5,000 messages per week or something like that for $200 or something like that. Keep in mind that yes, it's an opt-in target. Make sure that's just the second thing that you want to make sure. Make sure that you allow the person to opt out. It is easy. They don't have to go through a bunch of crap to opt out. It's just simply as click here to opt out. Click, opt out. Bam, done, quick, easy. That's it. They shouldn't have to go through a survey or say, why do you want to opt out from us? No, opt out. Quick, done, easy. Because you want to make sure that people don't look at your SMS as spam. Bam. Okay? When you have an opt-out feature, it looks less like spam and more like something that a person may be interested in subscribing to when it comes to SMS. Mobile marketing is going to be the next big thing here, and I do believe that if you do have SMS, make sure your website is mobile. You have to make sure your website is mobile, okay? Not everybody has an iPhone and Android where they can view regular sites on their mobile phone. Some people have phones that are not capable of doing that, like Blackberries and Windows Phone 6. Windows Phone 7 can probably do it, but that's to be seen. We'll wait and see how that's going to work out. Anyway, good night, fellas. Good night, gals. I want to say thank you very much for coming to the show. And please have a great, wonderful day, evening, morning, afternoon. Take care. MobiCast. I forgot to mention public transportation. Wait a minute, Bradley already said that. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention fire department notices. Oh yeah, Bradley already covered that too. Police, well, he did already say safety. I think I already covered everything, didn't I? Let me close this podcast